I actually have a question that I want to ask you. Sometimes do this. I think right now we all know that, like, sadly, we're almost in an epidemic of fatherlessness. Like, we have so many children growing up without a father in the house, especially I think within the Black community. As a father yourself, like, what do you think the importance is of fathers, maybe particularly like on daughters, like, you know, in your experience, like now being a father, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's probably the best person to answer this in 20 years' time, but
Yeah.
I think, I think for me, how I approach it is based on my own experience of growing up in mostly a single parent household. Because, yeah, my mother raised us for the most part.
Yeah.
And so I think for me, what that kind of led to was just being aware, especially as I got older and made friends and realized, oh my God, there's this other dynamic where people have two parents in the household. And I could see, almost how more, I don't know, just secure, but I guess at that age, you just thought like, wow, my friends get twice the love that I get.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? And I guess that kind of stayed with me on some level. And I always thought, I want to make sure that in my household, any children that I have will get their full portion of love, not 50%.
Yeah.
Right? And I think on a very like simple, like childlike reasoning, it's because I didn't want, my child to ever have to miss out, to ever have to, feel like they have to explain why, why daddy's not coming to the parents' evening, or, can't take them to sports or whatever other thing that is.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I guess specifically for daughters, I think, yeah, that relationship with a father, I imagine, is probably the first proper relationship that we'll have with an adult male. And so seeing that example, how my dad treats my mom, how he speaks to her, even when he's upset, how he's present with me, like, I know he's got a serious job and he does some big, big things, but when he's with me playing, he's really there. And, he'll engage with me fully.
Yeah.
I think that's something that, that is super priceless.
I love
And
it.
also for me, it's not hard to give. Like, it's not hard for me to just show up and, play with Barbies if I have to. Like, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
But for her, like, the return is exponential. And it just pays dividends throughout her life.
That's so good. Yeah. And I think something that I, also, I don't know, I asked this question. But, I don't know, like, I think it kind of, having like a father around, women are strong. I truly believe that. But we aren't men, and we're not made to do everything and be everything. And I think kind of having a father around, and I can already see how this is manifesting in Malika, it kind of lets you know, like, that you don't have to be tough all of the time. You don't have to be tough as well. Because as women, there is so much that we have to carry. Like, you have to be a nurturer, you have to be all of these things. But then on top of that, having to be tough is a lot. And I think having a father around to kind of just have that covering, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about like whatever physical, but I'm talking about just that covering. Like, I can see the like effect that your presence has like on Malika. Like, just, I think she's like a kid, so she's like giddy a lot of the time, but she's genuinely like so giddy with you. Like, how she'll like, I don't know, just be so like rub noses, like whatever. Like, she can just like truly just be like free, and like the way that she holds your hand. And I love that for her, because I want her to maintain that like softness.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to do, like, when you kind of don't have like, that like male presence, right? And again, like, and it almost feels so, like you're treading on like political waters, like to say that, like, I'm comfortable being a woman and I don't want to do everything and be everything that a man is, and I'm comfortable being a man and I don't want to do everything. It feels whatever, but I can attest to my experience as a woman, and I think it is important to me and valuable to me, kind of like having that presence of a man to be like, I don't have to carry everything on my shoulders, I don't have to be tough all of the time, because I have that person picking up that slack for me.